Hey, what's up, world? Welcome to Snack Size, the podcast that will drag you into your most fabulous life. I'm your host, Lala Luscious, also known as the snack of the Twin Cities. I decided for myself that I can be whatever I want to be, so I decided to be a drag queen. And if I can live my dreams, you can too. The time has come to believe in yourself enough to turn your ideas into more than mere words. And no matter what you are doing in life or where you want to go, I want to help you get there fabulously. Our 10 minutes starts now. Hey snacks! Welcome to episode 4 of Snack Size. This episode is going to be about investing and the importance of making investments on your journey to a happy and fulfilled life. Investing is defined as the act of allocating funds to an asset or committing capital to an endeavor with the expectation of generating an income or profit. However, let's face it, I am a drag queen and I love to buy things, so I have no business telling you how to manage your money. But I do want to talk to you today about investing in the most expensive thing you own, and that is yourself. Investing in yourself is crucial to success, and it offers one of the best returns on investment that you can get. I don't want to say that investing in yourself won't ever cost money. I have a closet full of wigs, heels, and costumes that says otherwise. But whatever your goals are, you do not need money to start investing in yourself. In fact, you've already started by listening to this podcast. So let's get started with a few ways you can start investing in yourself right now. My first tip is to invest time in your talent. Do anything and everything you can that will improve your talent and abilities. Developing your skill set in whatever it is you want to do is actually the most important investment you can make. This is because no one can take your talent away from you, and knowledge never loses its value. A great example in my life was learning to sew. When I first became a professional queen, I would buy costumes from other queens. At first, I thought it was so wonderful to have some fabulous looking outfits to wear on stage. But as I became more mature as a performer, I started to feel like I was limiting myself to ideas that others created. I began to have my own ideas of how I wanted to look on stage. And I knew that relying on buying secondhand costumes wasn't going to bring those ideas to life. So I bought a sewing machine, and I looked up how to sew an evening gown on YouTube. I had never sewn before, but in about 24 hours, and yes, I sewed for almost all 24 hours, I made my very first gown, and I still wear it today. Investing the time into learning how to sew has helped my performances be just that. My performances. Now, if I have an awesome idea for a costume, I can just stitch it right up. So today, whenever you get a moment, I want you to write down all the skills it would take to reach your goal. Once you have this list, you have a roadmap on what you need to invest in to build your talent. And while I want you to push yourself, remember that Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your own empire. So take time to develop your talents so that they are the best they possibly can be. The second tip I want to talk about is similar to the first in that it is an investment of time as well. Once you know what you need to do to build your talent, the next thing to do is to make time every day for your goals and dreams. It is the case that many people, even people who have great ideas in their head, that after they clock out of their not such a dream job, they rush home just to sit on the couch, or they get distracted with things that aren't advancing them towards their goals. In their minds, they may be thinking, I've had a long day, I'm going to sleep and I'll get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't promised, but right now is, so don't waste a moment when it comes to building a happy and fulfilled life. Commit to investing some part of your day, it doesn't matter even if it's just a few minutes, towards building your goals and dreams. For me, I know I can spend hours and hours on drag projects when I have the time, but when I don't, even things like taking just 5 minutes to organize my makeup table helps me to be more prepared next time I have a show. Just as they say, if you count your pennies, the dollars will come, the same idea applies to the time you invest in yourself. A little each day goes a long way. The next tip for inventing yourself is very important. So important that if you only take one thing away from this episode, it should be this next statement. You are your most precious commodity. Do not waste yourself on people, places, or things that do not educate you, progress you, or fulfill you. What this means is that you, as you are right now, are worth something in this world. It is up to you to know your worth and don't just give yourself away. No one else can do this for you. Think of your talent similar to a high-end designer clothing brand. Lots of people want to wear it. Not everyone can afford it, but that doesn't mean you lower the price. Those who choose to invest in you see your value, and that is exactly the type of people you want around you on your journey to success. This applies to so many different aspects of life. In love and relationships, people are quick to give their heart to someone because they feel unworthy or are scared of being lonely. When it comes to people in any type of relationship, not only should you show them that you are worth something, they should be worth something to you before you invest your time into them. Another example is if you are an entrepreneur. Lots of people starting out on a business venture feel a need to give away or discount their product to prove its value. I know this because as a drag queen, I've done a lot of free shows. And the problem with that was not so much that I was doing them for free, but some of the shows I was doing weren't giving me the exposure I needed to get to the next level. It wasn't until I started looking into opportunities that may not pay with money, but pay with experience and exposure that I started to gain notoriety as a performer. Now, unless it's a show for charity, which I am always happy to do, I make money every time I do drag. And that started because even when I wasn't being paid, I knew what I had to offer, and I invested my time and talents in opportunities that helped me grow. As you start on the process of investing in yourself, remember you are building something of value. And if something does not educate you, progress you, or fulfill you, it's not worth your time. My next tip for investing in yourself is to be mindful of the details, but focus on the bigger picture. As we begin down the path of investing in yourself, you are going to experience a lot of things along the way. Some of these will be successes. Others will be learning opportunities. Some will be failures. But all of that is a part of making your dreams come true. No matter what, you should always be focused on the bigger picture and don't let the details be too overwhelming. Let's say you want to make a tasty snack, a chocolate chip cookie for example, and you want to make it from scratch. You are going to need some time and a lot of different ingredients. Some of the ingredients you may just have at home, but others you may have to go out and find. But once you have everything you need and you make your cookies, the result is something wonderfully delicious. Achieving your goals and dreams is very similar to this process. As a 6-foot-tall, bigger guy who wears a size 14 shoe, no one would look at me and think, oh, he would make a beautiful drag queen. But I knew what my goal was, so I took time and a ton of trial and error to figure out what worked for me to make the vision I had of myself in my head come true. So don't get caught up in the details. If you want something, it will happen. Go out into the world, figure out what you need to succeed, put it all together, and bam! You've made yourself a snack. To wrap this episode up, I want you to remember something that we already talked about in episode 2, and that is invest in yourself by choosing to stay positive about everything you do. Remember that happiness is a choice, and happy people never feel held hostage by their circumstances. They find reasons to be grateful and find solutions to the obstacles they are facing. This means that nothing is impossible, and you can do anything you want to if you believe it for yourself first. By making small, positive changes that help you invest in yourself, you will be improving your future in the long run. You'll be setting yourself up to be able to look back and be thankful for investing in the most beautiful and powerful thing you have in this world, you. So take what we've learned here and write yourself a stimulus check and let the economy of your talent flourish. See you next time, Snack. Hey Snack, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, you can get every episode of Snack Size on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Let's keep the conversation going. If you have questions or feedback, don't be afraid to say hello at Lala at snacksizepodcast.com. And if you want to support my podcast, head on over to paypal.me/snack size podcast. Until next time, go be fabulous.